Well, I forgot to video this portion. I found this in the bed. It is completely locked up. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip this thing in some Evaporust. Got this container here. I'm just gonna dump her in there, put the lid on, and hopefully there should be get enough in there to cover it up. So I'll be kind of interested to see if this thing will come undone, where I can use it. I mean, this, you know, Stanley's not exactly expensive. But a free tool is a free tool, and I already bought the Evaporust. Alright, well, I'll let that go for a day. It was pretty crusty. It might take more than a day, but we'll see how it goes. I'll check in on it tomorrow. Alright, it's been about one day. This little wrench has been sitting in here. Barely made it. Well, the stuff on the handle again, like those channel locks, came off. I don't know what's in the Evaporust, but it sure does get the handles clean. Evaporust has a very weird smell. I can't really put my finger on it. It looks better. I'm gonna hit this thing with just the nylon brush real quick, see what comes out of it. It really looks like it's gonna definitely have to sit longer. It's not freed up. Probably give her some love taps just to force some of that stuff off of the inside to come loose. And there's like a whole bunch of stuff in here. I'm sure it's just rusted. The whole screws assembly's rusted. I think it might come around though. I'm a little bit more optimistic on this than I was that Craftsman ratchet. This is a little simpler. Let me grab the wire brush. Found the brass one. I don't know where the steel one is. That might get in there and loosen some of that stuff up a little bit more. Oh yeah, there's some junk coming out. Yeah, I'm sure that it's not just the stuff in here holding it. It's giving it a good, like, black coating. Hit with the brass brush, if I can learn to talk. Cleans it off pretty good and leaves a nice coat, like finish. But yeah, right now I'm just trying to clean out mechanically some of the stuff that I can that's gotten loosened up by the Evaporust. And I'll leave it in there quite a bit longer. Might give her some love taps. Everybody knows a ratchet doubles as a hammer. Common knowledge. she's solid. So I'll do a little bit more scrubbing on this thing. Get it in focus. I'm such a noob. I'll do a little bit more scrubbing on this thing, and I'll put it back in the Evaporust. I'll check back in another day, see what kind of progress is made, and I'll just keep going. You know, I bet it'll get in there and get all that converted. This stuff seems pretty good. Alright, this will be the last video on the tools I found in the Rampage. I have had this wrench soaking for 4 or 5 days now total. I also had put the socket back in here that I talked about before. So let's take a look and see how it ended up doing. It doesn't look too bad. Sure has a nice coating on it. Is it going to be freed up? No, it's not. Solid as a rock. Give her some scrubbing. And there's all the rust that I can see is definitely gone. Just that nice black coating left. Might be some stuff stuck in the screw maybe. Pretty late, so it's shop lights only. Hopefully you can see what's going on here. If I can get it to focus or not, you can really see the destruction the rust did on that. But again, it shouldn't really cause it not to function. I'm going to pause the video and do some messing around here. See if I can get that thing freed up. It's been in there long enough that it really ought to be able to free up. Okay, that didn't take a whole lot really. I got it completely freed up now. I gave it some love taps with a hammer. And shot it with some carb cleaner to get all the Evaporust and loose junk out. And once I got it broke free, used the good old WD-40 and kind of lube the whole mechanism up. And it's working pretty good. It did eat. Not sure how well you can see that, but it did eat the little gear in there a little bit. But you know, for light duty stuff, it'll still work. I'll keep it in my toolbox. Definitely something I will have some kind of use for. Now this socket. This was just kind of an experiment. I wanted to see like how thick a rust this thing would eat through and what it would convert. And this whole socket side here, it was just really thick with rust. And it's really looks pretty well converted. I'm giving her quite a bit of scratching, and it's not uncovering any rust. It's more of the black stuff. So that seemed it really got in there. It looks pretty decent. Yeah. as decent as can be expected for something that was sitting in that car for who knows how long, covered in rust, just really abused. But it might find a use here sometime. So, like the wrench, I'll clean this off with some carb cleaner, shoot her down with some WD-40, wipe it up, and we'll throw it in the box with the rest of the miscellaneous tools and go from there. So there won't be a video on the Rampage for a few days. I mentioned in another video that I injured my shoulder at work, and I'm kind of dealing with that right now. So that really limits what I can do on the car, because I don't want to screw my shoulder up any worse. But I'll get the stuff tore apart as soon as I can, and we'll get that thing assessed fully. So until next time.